clash between the Central Queensland Capras and the Luxury Paints Ipswich Jets. Great to have you with us on Phoenix Radio, phoenix.com.au. Smith somehow right down the instant touch line, 12-4 the score. Well, the first attacking opportunity the Capras had.
Hello and welcome to After the 80, where we're bringing you all the latest in local and national rugby league news. Joining me as always is my co-host Anthony Bomber Breeze, fresh from the Ekka.
No, I haven't been to the Ekka yet. Don't want to get the Ekka flu, but Rugby League being in the action again. There's a lot of things to talk about on today's show coming into the final series.
The Jets run gets tighter and the IRL gets close to finishing up. Well, also joining us on the panel this week is the Vice President of the Ipswich Referees Association, Robert Kurtz. Welcome, Rob.
Pleased to be here, Ben.
And a big week for you guys here at the Oval.
Yes. We got the NRL referees going to come pay us a visit on Thursday night's training, and no doubt it'll take something away, and some of the boys will look up and strive to maybe one day they could be them.
Yeah, excellent. Well, it'll be a good spectacle to come down on Thursday night. So, also joining us on the panel this week is 5'8" for the Goodna Eagles, Malaki Oloitoa. Malaki, good win on the weekend for you?
Yeah, it was a good win up there at the Bombers. It's always hard to get a win over there, so it was good to get up there.
Yep, they're a vocal Canberra, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, first to round 16 of the IRL, and with just one round remaining, the brothers Ipswich found a narrow victory over Swiss Bluebirds out at Lowood with just 2 points in the lead, 22-20 over Swifts. It was a particularly big match for brothers as well. They were losing their home ground advantage that they've enjoyed for the last 5 weeks or so, moving out to Lowood, but they still managed to get the win.
Yeah, well, it was a very, very tight game out there. Scores were equal right near the end, so brothers did score near the end to break it. So there, but Swiss put up a great fight there. Obviously, they didn't get the points. They would have loved the 2 points. Would have nearly guaranteed them a semi-final spot, but they have to battle it out this weekend for that final position.
Yep. And Rob, when it comes down to the last few weeks of these kind of competitions, does the heat turn on to the referees a bit more?
Yeah, well, the heat's always on the referees, unfortunately, but especially the final series, we got to try to put out the best we can. Disappoint some guys, in fact, but these games deserve the best we got, so we have to really watch what they're doing and then fine-tune them, hopefully, and then, give them these guys the best that we've got and we can put out there.
So it's the same pressure that goes into the IRL clubs themselves going into the finals, isn't it?
It is. It's a big thing, like a grand final for a referee, just like a player, it's up there that they strive for, so, but if they're just not up to it, like you're not going to make a team, you're just not going to make that game, unfortunately. But anyway, hopefully they're going to put their heads down and come out, and the players will be loving them.
Well, only one round to go. That's it's going to get close. Well, Saturday night saw the defending premiers North Tigers produce a convincing 32-16 win over the West End Bulldogs at Daniels Park, and experienced player Brendan Marshall, playing at fullback, credited the win to the younger members of the team for stepping up in the front row, and it really sets up an interesting final round for the top four finish with Swifts and Norths now on identical points. Yeah,
well, Norths obviously needed that win, or obviously so did West End now. That makes their task out there, but Goodna now, Norths now obviously have a chance now, and Western actually led 16-8 at half-time, and I don't know what happened in the second half. They just got overrun in the second half, and like Brendan said, the younger players there are starting to, unfortunately it's the end of the year, but the young players are starting to find their feet now. So.
And unfortunately, the only confirmed result, and we've got Goodna as confirmed minor premiers, but now we have the Bulldogs unfortunately confirmed as wooden spooners for the year. Yeah,
well, that's it. I think it's only a battle now. Brothers will be second for sure. Fassifern will be third for sure. Unfortunately, West End pick up the wooden spoon, so it's a now battle between Swifts and Norths.
That'll be a good contest. Well, in the final match of the round, the minor premiers Goodna Eagles were too good for an at-home Fassifern Bombers with an 8-point victory over at Hayes Oval. And Malaki, how was the Fassifern Bombers? They're an attacking side. You can find yourself going tit for tat. I know Laurie's has said that a couple of times throughout the season. If you end up trading try for try, they can be pretty difficult to beat. But what was the key to get over them on the weekend?
It was tit for tat. The first half, we struggled a bit, but we had to just grind it out, play the full 80. That's what got us over the line, and big up to our boys who done it tough in the middle. You know, they were the ones who pushed us forward, and Albie, you know, he played really good as always. You know, every week he puts in. So yeah, that's what got us over the line, was our big boys taking it forward, and then our backs managed to finish it.
So Zach Lemberg back in the Goodna colours. It's good to see, isn't it?
It's good to see Zach back. You know, he's a big part of our team too. You know, he's our go-getter. He drives the ball forward. You know, like just any other forward. You know, so it's good to have Zach back. Yeah.
I mean, he must be pretty happy to be able to come back into the team, knowing he's already come back into the minor premiers.
Yeah, he's stoked.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was good.
So you've also lost Mitchell McNamee from a fullback at the moment. Any word on whether or not he's coming back in soon?
I'm not too sure. I don't think he'll be back for the rest of the season. So I guess it's hard because he was there all year. You know, he's playing some good footy. You know, but you know, it is what it is. We get injuries. We've been having injuries, a lot of injuries throughout this year. And it's just good that our boys, whoever we put in there, has you know, has done their job. So it's good we got Twigsy back this week, so it should be good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I think Campbell said that you've gone through about 50 players in the way on your way throughout the season, so it must be really special to grab the minor premiership going into the finals like this, though.
Yeah, it is. It is. It feels like 100. You know, but it's good. It's good to get there.
Well, it's got a very family feel around the club as well. I understand you've got quite a few family members in the same team this year, so it's gotten a good aspect to it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. You know, like even like from the beginning of the season, our pre-season has been good. So that's where we kept our discipline from. You know, which is good because then coming through now, we're bond more as a family. You know, we're more as a family now than we are as friends and players. So I guess that's helped us big time. So yeah.
Oh, and that sounds dangerous for the rest of the IRL, that's for sure, going into the final series. Well, looking at the IRL ladder, Goodna remain well and truly on top, with Brothers in second, with Swifts Bluebirds and Norths Tigers equal fourth with 28 points each, and that'll be the shining point in the final round, that's for sure. Well, looking forward to seeing who does end up in the fourth place position. It's going to make the final round of the IRL look like a grand final already.
Yeah, well, as you'll probably see later on the show, who's playing each other there. Norths go out to Fassifern there, so they win that game, they can be fourth, and obviously Swifts
taking on Goodna.
Swifts take on Goodna, so that's not going to be an easy assignment either. So if Swifts win, they're in fourth spot. So both lose. It'll go on for and against, which at the moment I think Swifts have got the superior. So, so there's a lot to play for. They all play at the same time, so I'm sure there'll be phone calls going between the grounds to find out who's winning and
the halftime scores.
So, and so on. So be a big weekend.
Excellent. Well, it's the top three playing the bottom three this weekend to finish it off. So that'll be a good final test for both Goodna and Fassifern as well. Because if they do go down to either of those teams, that'll be one of the teams they'll be facing in the finals as well. Yeah, well, like I said, some of them have got nothing to play for this weekend. So whether they send out their best team, I was talking to Malaki earlier. He believes that Goodna are going to have their best team because they have a week off the following week. So. So he believes their best team will be out, so they'll be out to win. So. Yeah, watch out Swifts. That'll be a good round. Excellent. Well, later in the show we'll be previewing this weekend's IRL action, but up next we'll be taking a look at the Intrust Super Cup matches, plus the Rugby League World Cup 2017 host venues have been announced this week, and Townsville have scored a few matches, but was Ipswich snubbed? That and more here on After the 80. Welcome back to After the 80 and some high-scoring matches in round 22 of the Intrust Super Cup over the weekend. Norths Devils beating Wynnum 38-26, Mackay getting up over Tweed Heads by 20 points, and the Burleigh Bears going down to the PNG Hunters 30-20. The Ipswich Jets had a bye this weekend, so they got to sit back and look at the proceedings take place. And Bomber, would they have been happy with the results that came out over the weekend? They would have been happy with some of the results there. Obviously not all the results went their way, but... But some of them did there, which obviously moved them back up onto the
to the first page, but obviously they were hoping for a South loss there, obviously, but South got up, unfortunately, and the other team that they're trying to jump the Sunny Coast had the bye as well, so...
Mackay Cutter's getting the win over Tweed Heads, though. That's a good result for them.
Yeah, well, that kept Tweed down there, so hopefully they've got nothing to play for now. We played Tweed in the last round, so hopefully they've got nothing to play for, so that can hopefully be 2 points, but our battle starts this week, obviously, for the Jets.
That's it. Well, they need the 3 from 3 for the final few remaining rounds. And looking at the ladder, the Redcliffe Dolphins moved to the top of the table after defeating East Tigers on Sunday. The Burleigh Bears just 1 point behind in second, and the Ipswich Jets now sit equal 8th with Wynnum Manly. And with their next assignment, the Redcliffe Dolphins, who have just moved to the top of the table just in time for that match-up this weekend at North Ipswich Reserve. Rob, big task for the Jets. Do you see them getting up over the Dolphins?
Well, all we can do is really hope, I think, to be quite honest. Redcliffe are, the form team, but it is a game of football. Anything, 2 teams playing. We've seen it all before, so... Ipswich, let's go Ipswich is all I can say.
Yep. Well, we know East Tigers are a big pack, so hopefully, even though they didn't get the win over the Dolphins, which might have even fired them up a bit more for this weekend, hopefully they bashed them around a little bit last week and there'll be some sore bodies coming back out this one.
For sure. But Ipswich is a team very, they can throw anything at you. They're not a straight up and down type of football team. They just... You just never know what they're doing next. So that could be the telling factor, and maybe they pull something off and, get up. That's what we're all hoping for at the end of the day.
It must be one of the hardest clubs in QRL, IRL, NRL to referee, I'd imagine.
Yeah, well,
so many moving bodies.
They don't follow the normal formula. That is for sure. Yeah, like their kickoffs, normally you ruck it up with them. They can be straight from the kickoff, they're passing one side of the field, back to the other field, and people go, what brand of football is this? This is totally out of character for any team, but it's a credit to their coaches. And it has been working. They have lost a fair few players this year, as we all know, and it's probably been touched on quite a few times. But they got the boys there. It's a game. There's 2 people in the game, so at the end of the day, anything can happen, and Redcliffe mightn't show up, and
that's it. That's what we're hoping for.
That's for sure.
Well, we had Cullen Anderson back in the team last week, and Malaki with a week off, knowing that your assignment is 3 wins from 3 games. That's how you're going to get into the finals. What do you kind of concentrate on for your week off? Is it a bit intense, or do you just try and take yourself away from football for the week?
No, we'll probably keep it intense. I think training session, we're starting to pick it up now on our training session, so we're starting to go 3 days. 3 days a week now, but we want to go in there knowing our minds are set, but that's the kind of game plan we're going to. It's just to keep everything intense.
Build that intensity up to the finals.
That's right.
Fantastic. Well, still in Ipswich in the IRL, along with a number of local leaders, are a bit disappointed after being snubbed as a host venue for the 2017 Rugby League World Cup. Australia is co-hosting the series with New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. Townsville, Cairns and Brisbane are among the Australian venues hosting pool matches and finals, with matches also being played in Melbourne, Canberra, Perth and Darwin. Ipswich Jets chairman Steve Johnson has told Rugby League Week he would have liked to have seen at least 1 match at North Ipswich Reserve. Bomber, after the success that we saw for the Legends of League round, are you a bit disappointed that we haven't been chosen to host one of these international competitions?
Oh, well, obviously Ipswich is the home of Rugby League, I think, in Queensland there. Like, the whole town supports Rugby League. One of the games surely could have been played there. Obviously, we're not going to get the Australian side or the England side or PNG, any of the sides that are going to draw, but there are qualifying games. So where we might have teams from Wales, Serbia, Italy, Ireland, Russia or Spain there. Surely they could have played one of them where they're going to get a crowd. It's not going to be big, but the Ipswich public will come out. I'm sure they'd still probably half fill it to watch Serbia play Italy over there, just to see how their countries are embracing rugby league over there. But they've taken one of them games over to Perth. So I think if you've got 2 hands, that's probably what the crowd's going to be over in Perth to watch Italy play Serbia.
Malaki, would you have come out to one of those international matches? Would have been good to see the different styles from across the world.
Yeah, definitely. I reckon we would have put a good crowd out there, no matter who played out there. It's World Cup. Everyone turns up to watch a World Cup. It's pretty big.
You think the Ipswich crowd would get behind them as well?
Yeah, definitely. I reckon they will.
we certainly do like to adopt. We've got a big background of a big range of international communities as well. I know with the PNG Appreciation Day down at the Jets as well, we saw the Papua New Guinea crowd turn out for that game. So we've definitely got the exposure there.
Well, last year's World Cup, PNG were based in Ipswich there, and they warmed up on our fields, and the city did embrace them. And obviously we've got a big Polynesian family in Ipswich there, with the Samoans and the Tongans there, and obviously the Fijians playing through the Ipswich competition, and as well as the Intrust. So obviously one of them could have been based in Ipswich there, but a game would have been great for the city.
Rob, we've seen that some of the matches will be played here in Brisbane at least. Do you think a few of the teams might come out to Ipswich to train during the week as well?
I don't know for sure, but we've certainly got the facilities, and why wouldn't they at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Like, our facilities here is as great as anywhere else. They're probably better than a lot. You know what I mean? Like, so they'd be crazy if they didn't come out and use our facilities. Would be open arms to them for sure. So. They'd get the red carpet treatment, so it'd be a great idea for them to come out and experience it and go away with it and go, oh, Ipswich's not a bad place, eh?
Yeah. Yep. Excellent. Well, to the NRL, and plenty of wheelings and dealings as players negotiate their contracts and look for better deals. The deal on everyone's lips at the moment is Jared Haynes' 2-year deal with the Gold Coast Titans, reportedly worth $1.2 million a year. The Haim plane is already paying dividends for the Titans, with crowds at Seabus Super Stadium doubling over the weekend and ticket sales for future home games already surging. Bomber, everyone expected Haim to return to the Eels. Are you disappointed to see him in a Gold Coast Titans outfit, or are you happy just to see him back in the NRL?
No, I'm disappointed actually. Like he was my hero, and he was obviously the hero of a lot of people in the west of Sydney there. He's born around there. He played all his junior football at Parramatta. I think the thing where most fans find it a little bit hard that he kept saying that he would come back, and that was his only club, and that he'd signed a lifetime deal, which is not a real contract. But do
you feel like a clown for believing that?
That's
what he called his fans.
Well, he did call the fans clowns, and then obviously now he's gone somewhere else, and I see. Well, I don't know who the clown is now, but. Speaking on ability, it's great to see Jared back in Rugby League. So
he had some great first touches as well, if anyone was watching on the weekend.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
He was back to his barnstorming best, and he's clearly been training during the time off. Obviously, he was trying to make it for the Fiji Rugby Sevens. But, what does that mean for the Parramatta fans who still have all of his apparel and who've supported him while he was chasing his dream over in America, and then his dream in the World Cup?
Well, obviously the frame prints I've got up on the wall now, they might have been worth about $1,000. They're probably halved in value now. So, but unfortunately, that's what happens there. The Eels fans have got to move on there. We would have loved him back at the club there after what we had done for him and all that. But obviously he decided there. The club has obviously been in a little bit of off the field upheaval there, but like Brad Arthur said, he said we could have matched the 1.2 million, but if we did that, we had to offload players, and the culture now with the players that we've got at Parramatta is really good. So
didn't want to mess with it.
No, well, that's it. We would have upset the other players there. Surely we can just move on now, and there's money there to get somebody else.
Yeah. Well, also rumours that Haim is the favourite to take over as the Blues captain from Paul Gallen. He's walked away from. Gallen may have walked away from Origin, but he's sticking with Cronulla for the last season, and the 34-year-old has played 274 first-grade games, and he now looks set to join the Elite 300 club. Do you think Haim would make a good future captain?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure whether he's captain material.
Yep. What about you, Rob? Do you see Haim as the future Blues captain?
Honestly, no. I don't think so, no. I think there's plenty of others there that deserve it before he does, really.
Yep. Excellent. Well, up next we'll be previewing this weekend's Intrust Super Cup action, and as well as the IRL action here on After the 80. Welcome back to After the 80, and round 23 of the Intrust Super Cup kicks off on Saturday afternoon with the Ipswich Jets at home against the Redcliffe Dolphins. And after a week bye for the Jets last week, can you see them getting up over the Dolphins this weekend? Home game, everything to play for. They're going to be up for it, aren't they?
Well, most definitely. Come on, why wouldn't they be? You know, it's the end of the year. It's the pointy end. You know, so
second last home game of the year as well.
that's it. So all we need is get people out there, cheer them on. You know, it's going to be tough, but hopefully that's a lot of hoping.
They definitely feed off the crowd energy as well with that kind of attacking play. So hopefully, with a big crowd out this weekend at North Ipswich Reserve, they can do the business over the competition leaders. Well, Sunday also sees the Sunshine Coast Falcons taking on the Capras at the Sunny Coast. The Falcons currently 6 on the ladder, and Malaki, we need these guys to lose. Is it a little bit hard when you go into the finals like this and you need results to go your way from other games like this? You'd rather have your destiny resting on your own shoulders, wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's right. But it depends on momentum as well, you know.
Yep.
Momentum plays a big part. So hopefully, you know, they can lose.
Yep. If they get this win, though, that'd really go a long way to starting that momentum, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Excellent. Well, there's going to be a Super Sunday kicking off in the IRL with all 3 matches kicking off at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Brothers are at home against the West End Bulldogs, and the last time these two teams met, Brothers had a pretty convincing win over the Bulldogs. We've also got Fassifern at home against the Norths Tigers, and the Swifts Bluebirds hosting the competition leaders Goodna Eagles. Big weekend, good for Goodna as well. Hopefully, getting the win over Swifts, that could determine the 4th place finish. But fantastic final day for IRL on Sunday then.
Yeah, well, obviously the Brothers West End game, there's nothing riding on that, but there is something riding on the other 2 games. Obviously, there, Swifts need to win. If they win, they're in the 4. If they lose, they're hoping Norths lose. So it's a big weekend for all of them there. Just before finishing, I'd just like to give a bit of a shout out to a young under-18 player, Brody Kerr. He did his knee up at Fassifern a couple of weeks ago and needed a full re-knee construction there. He was doing it a bit tough there. When players sit on the sideline there, as Malaki said earlier, it's hard watching your mates go around and without you playing, without getting out there and doing the physical stuff. So keep your chin up, mate, and hopefully you'll be back next year at some time.
And Rob, with the final of the IRL, do you see some upsets coming this weekend, or some pretty tense times for them, or you see the teams that have dominated so far this year to continue to do so?
Well, really, that's what you'd be expecting. Like Malaki side, they're the yardstick. They have been pretty much all year, so it'd be hard to see much going on there. Brothers have really come to the fore now in the back end. Brothers are a team that. I don't know, when they start sniffing finals, they're the ones that start stepping it up, so they're definitely dark horse. The others, they're fighting it out, so whoever turns up on the day, you know, is the ones that'll come away with the 2 points. And, you know, there could be something go on down the bottom there, but I don't expect too much to change up top, no.
Malaki, you've said you want to ramp up the intensity all the way to the finals. Brothers have been doing that for a few weeks now. They're going to be tough if you do face them off in the finals as well. Any chance that you'll be taking the foot off this weekend, or is it full steam ahead? Yeah,
full steam ahead. You know, I know this weekend Swifts are going to come out firing. You know, I know Steven and the boys. You know, he's got them. You know, they want to make finals. Every team's goal. So I know that it's going to be a tough day in the office for us on Sunday.
Is it dangerous when you know these teams that are below you on the ladder, but when they've got so much to play for? You've already wrapped up the minor premiership. It doesn't really matter win or lose for you guys at the moment, on standings at least. You know these guys are going to come out firing against you, though. Yeah,
that's right. Any team we play, like who are down there or up there, they always come out firing. And in this case, I know Swifts are going to come out firing. They want to make their top 4, so we know it's going to be a hard game this week.
Yep. Bomber, looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, some big games there. Obviously, the best teams arise, and we'll have a final 4 next week.
Yep. Excellent. Well, that's all we have time for this week. Follow us on our Facebook page for more rugby league news and exclusive online content. Thanks for Rob, Malaki and Bomber for joining me this week on the panel. Thank you. And that's all we have time for tonight. I'm Ben Wilmot. Until next time, good night.